It's Sunday afternoon, and that means it's time to pour a drink and settle in.
We're going to be buddies!
As Luke and Michael talk about, well, whatever they want to talk about.
It's very impressive how they control that stick between their legs.
Welcome to the best part of your week, the Sunday Afternoon Special. Brought to you by True Southern TV and Creekside Consulting. Today, we have competitive shooter Adam Litke joining us. So, let's see how rowdy we can get. Take it away, Luke and Michael.
Oh, you can really dance. Wow, you can really dance.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday Afternoon Special here. I am Luke from True Southern TV. I've got my co-host with me, Michael and Curtis, my brothers from another mother over in Michigan. Guys, how are we today?
Doing pretty well. How about you?
Oh, Curtis, with all that excitement, man, thank you. You really...
We're doing great. We just
you got me going. Thank you, Michael.
We got
Golly.
back from a cornhole tournament. We just won it. So, I mean, it was a...
I'm assuming you're talking about the throwing the bags tournament,
Yeah,
just to make sure. Okay, no, that's...
I win the other one, too.
well, you win both of them?
Yes, $20, $20.
$20 is $20, bitches. Exactly right. Hey guys, it's been a couple of weeks. We took some time off from our episode 0 since we had so much going on. I've been out of town. We've had some wild stuff going on, and so we are now back into our official episode 1. And I'm so excited because we have a guest here with us today, Adam Litke. He is I consider him a good buddy of mine, whether he wants to be or not. It's kind of like a forced relationship. He is. That's why Curtis is here. Exactly.
It's true. I was kidnapped.
Don't say that on YouTube. By the way, we are for sure probably going to get kicked off of YouTube and or Facebook at any point, so y'all should know that. I did talk to YouTube customer support. I talked to YouTube customer support today, and they're basically like, you're in violation of everything. So cool. Thank you, YouTube. Y'all are neat. So we'll probably be going to Rumble one day. I met Adam at SHOT Show. He is a competitive shooter, and his two big sponsors, which I'll let him talk more about everybody else he has, but is IWI and Hollison. I hope that's still right, unless they fired him. But at Hollison is where I met him. He talked us through our products each year. If you've seen our channel, you've seen those videos before. And so I absolutely love the dude. And so I'm excited to have him here and talk about competitive shooting and everything he's got going on. Jamie Headley already in with the Free Curtis. I agree. Free Curtis. This is a hashtag that we're going to hold on to here, at least internally for our team. Curtis, Michael, what you got going on, guys? How's it been going? Look, there's Patrick with the gun foodie coming in. Hey, Patrick. Curtis, Michael, what's going on, guys? How y'all been the past couple of weeks?
Just busy, man. You know how it is. Trying to work a full-time job and run a range is awesome.
It's isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't it be nice if we could make real money in like the outdoor firearms world? That'd be so cool.
That would be the greatest. They can start a GoFundMe if they want.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag
what if just everybody in the gun industry started a GoFundMe so that we don't have to go back to work anymore? We can just play with guns all day.
Oh, that would be the best.
Oh, it'd be beautiful. I would love it. The world's been kind of crazy the past, I don't know, what are we at, 4 years, I guess? And so it's been nuts trying to keep up with everything that's happening. Last time we talked, Russia was talking about throwing a nuke up in space and, doing some stuff. Thankfully, we haven't seen that happen yet, but there has been a lot of other craziness that has come around in complete chaos and causing complete chaos, I should say. And so, some of the things that is out there right now that absolutely is wild is also something that I think everybody needs to be thinking about. So I'm going to use our 10-minute segments here before we bring in Adam to talk about SHTF, the, shit hits the fan. What happens? What do we do? What are you prepared for? That kind of stuff, because I feel like not enough people are prepared. Not enough people realize that there could be some bad stuff coming down the line. And that doesn't mean like the Earth's going to blow up. But what it does mean is like there could be some disruptions to our life. And Curtis is leaving. He can't talk to us anymore because we're talking about stuff that the military actively can't speak about.
He's just grabbing our cooler. It's
beer 30.
Yeah,
indeed. No, that's fair. But no, I think one of the things that people need to start thinking about is some simple and basic plans, right, guys? Like it is as simple as let's get some food together, maybe. Let's just have a little stockpile of food. let's have some basic medical supplies. If you don't want to go all, Texas Ranger and get all the guns and the ammo and go to war with the Russians, that's fine. No one's asking you to do that yet.
No, not yet. I mean,
Not yet.
It's getting close, but
We're getting there. But I think that it's just not being talked enough about what happens if some of the reports come true that are coming out of mainstream media right now. Not that we can trust it.
I mean, I get that, but I'm good. I mean, there's a moat behind my house, so that's
right. Where do you draw the line, I guess, when you're talking to people that aren't like our people? Does that make sense? Like they're not in our world. They don't talk about the crazy conspiracies. They think that all white people are racist, and they think that all Republicans are meanie heads. And so, which we're not. We love Curtis. We have him on here so
Patrick.
that we can have a black person here. I love Patrick so much because he sells ammo, and those are my favorite kind of people. He's an ammo distributor.
We also love Kevin Dixie.
I do love Kevin Dixie. There's a chance that he may come join us on the show, which would be a lot of fun. We can't officially tease it because he hasn't said yes yet, but we do have some other yeses that we're excited about. But we'll talk about that later. But where do you draw the line out when you're talking to your friends that are not like us? That like you can't just come in guns a blazing, right? Like,
no.
You can't come to these friends and be like, "Hey, come here, let me tell you something. Putin's gonna own your family next week." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go strong and hard and heavy. So where do you draw that line out? How do you have that conversation with people that maybe don't even have the first inkling of like what's going on?
Well, I try not to, because most of the time they're very uneducated. So they just talk about the whole like, oh, everything's going down. I'm going to your house, and I'm like, no, you're not.
No. Isn't that funny? I hurt some friends' feelings, y'all, because I've got some close friends. I've got close friends that are like, oh yeah, we're gonna come to your house. I was like, oh, are you? What you bringing?
Yeah. What are you bringing to make this better for me?
Exactly. I haven't been prepping so that I can save everybody else. My prep is for my family, period. And unfortunately,
dairy. So it's like right there. I mean, we have full access to cows. Jeff, he can come over all day long.
Oh,
I'm gonna steal all his cows anyways.
That's awesome. I'm gonna sneak up there and take a couple of them in the night. So just don't be looking.
We'll give them to you.
Oh, baby, I love when my friends give me meat.
We gotta open up that trade in the South.
What's great is I can actually see Adam in the bottom just shaking his head. I'm so excited for him to join us here in a second. But no, it's one of those things. Like, I feel bad because there are people that I want to be prepared for it, but there's also people that just don't want to be open to the idea. And I don't know how you get past that. I understand that we all want to keep our distance. I'm by no means inviting someone to my house, but what I am saying is like, hey, for the love of God, like just go buy a 50-pound bag of rice, if nothing else, or beans. I don't care. Just something where if even everything goes down for a week. Look, I do disaster services. Like, I go to hurricanes. You guys are military. Y'all see this firsthand in a lot of places. Like,
Katrina was terrible.
Oh, it was a nightmare.
I still remember that.
Yeah. And so, like, it's not just about being prepared for, if Putin comes to take your family, but it's also about, like, anything that could possibly happen. We saw tornadoes devastate a Category 3 go through Ohio this past week. We've seen massive flooding on the West Coast, which, honestly, bye, California. But then also, like, we've seen hurricane after hurricane after hurricane, always down south. We've seen wildfires. Like, what happens if you find yourself in a position to where you can't get anything? And a good example of this, and I saw it, until you've seen it firsthand, you don't understand. We were working a hurricane, what was this? God, I don't know, 7 years ago down in Florida. Irma, so however long ago that was. We went down, and Florida presents its own issue for doing disaster relief because, there's only so many corridors coming down. They get pretty clogged, shut down, so you can only get so many supplies in and out. And fuel and food became a quick, hot commodity because you couldn't get them. And so we saw all kinds of stuff. That was one of the few deployments where I actually had to pull my rifle out to protect what we had. And that doesn't happen a lot. It's only happened there in Texas and Katrina. But that was
during Katrina. I remember that very well.
Oh yeah. And so that was one of those moments, and it got sketchy for a minute. And so people don't understand. And that was on day one. We drove in on day one, and people were already trying to approach our vehicle armed, taking what we had. People don't understand that if something goes down, no matter what it is, no matter if it's a storm, no matter if it's an EMP, anything in between, if it goes down, it's going to get ugly very fast because people are not rational.
No, absolutely not. There's no common sense when it comes to how people treat each other, and that's like we were talking about last time we were on there. It's just it is what it is. I mean,
Right.
you're either gonna have a level head and you're going to survive, or you're not gonna have a level head. You're gonna survive for like 2 days, and then somebody's gonna off you that also has no level head.
I don't know if we can talk about offing people on YouTube, but I'm here for it. But no, you're right. That's exactly right. And so it's just, I don't know. I just wish more people would come around to it and at least prep. And also it's the crazy conspiracies around us as preppers. It's like, oh my God, Luke has 1 million rounds of ammo because he's going to go shoot everybody when the world collapses. It's like, no, my ammo has one purpose, and that purpose is to protect my food and my family. I'm not going out looking for a war. I just don't. I've got little kids. I've got a wife. Like, if the world were to go upside down, unless I'm gathering supplies, you won't find me away from my family, period. And
Correct.
So that's not what that ammo's for.
No, that ammo is literally for surviving.
That's it. And people just don't get it. People don't understand. But whatever. I don't care about people.
Like we've said before, it's overcoming that mindset where it's the abundance mindset, which causes that complacency.
Right.
Because everyone walks into a store, they can get it whenever they want. They don't need to keep a large supply of anything or something that's going to be shelf stable for years.
Nailed it. That's exactly right. And there's a lot of places where if you don't know what you're doing, it's easy to do. Go to like what is it? There is man, what is the one I was just had on the tip of my tongue? But there's several different places where you can go and order basically these big food kits that are already ready to go. They're shelf life to 25 years or whatever. People use it for camping all the time. It's all freeze dried stuff, and it's not bad. At all. ReadyWise is the one I was thinking of. So there's all kinds of ones that you can use. So
you see Patrick?
Patrick said most people are going to go to McDonald's and try to buy a Happy Meal. Jamie said Amazon doesn't deliver during those events. What's nuts is what I kind of hope happens. And first of all, let me say this by saying I don't want anything to happen ever bad to anybody. Like, this whole war coming, I don't want it. It's coming, whether you accept it or not. But I don't necessarily. It's not something I'm looking forward to. But if it does happen, I really hope that an EMP is not the first hit, because I can't wait to see the videos on TikTok of people freaking the hell out. You know that New York is going to be full of a bunch of little whiny babies running around trying to figure out why they can't get their Starbucks. And I'm here for it.
For help from all of us.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. There's a border up north of Tennessee that's going to be super closed. No, I'm having everybody meet here. Patrick, Jamie, Adam, you boys, everybody. We're converging to Tennessee, and we're having our own little supercell here in our neighborhood. I hope that's cool. Just bring all your stuff; it'll be fun.
Dude, I have the largest compound ever. Once you see this place, you're gonna be like, all right, so we probably are gonna.
So we're coming to Michigan. Yeah, but it's cold up there, man. Screw that. Adam's somewhere up north too.
Wood.
Say what?
There's lots of wood. We can burn.
Tell me more, Curtis.
No, you've already seen that wood. Don't worry.
Is it? Never mind. All right. So as I digress here, let's go ahead and change this topic. Let's go ahead and bring in our guest for the day before this all frails somewhere that YouTube definitely will never let us back on their channel again for. Adam Litke is one of my good buddies. We're going to bring him to the stage now. Adam, man, look at that background right there. Adam comes in like a boss. He said, look at this. I'm going to swap us around a little bit here. And make this a little better, maybe. Oh, no. You know what? We're just going to let it be what it's going to be. Adam, how are you, buddy?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Man, I'm just living the dream here, hanging out with Michael and Curtis, talking to all of our friends on the internet, all three of them. Having the time of our lives, really. What's been going on, dude? I think you're a busier man than what even I think you are. Is that a fair statement?
All I know is the best conversations happened before you pulled me into the podcast, so I'm really not sure what to do anymore. Shit, we went over shit at the fan. We went over people being crazy. Like, it's a wrap.
We did. Look, I've got some stuff on camera that would wreck Adam's career, and I'm holding on to it mainly because it would also wreck mine. So that footage has been deleted. No, me and Adam always have the most fun. Wit's always with us as well. in the booth there, and I've never had more fun filming at SHOT Show than with you, because honestly, SHOT Show is a disaster, right? Like, I love what it is, but it is 4 days of nonstop running as hard as you can, getting every interview, and we don't even have to do like you do. You are back to back to back to back to back interviews, aren't you?
Yeah. We I think my first year at SHOT Show, we probably did. This is 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I think we did probably 10 interviews the whole show. And this year we did. I think alone I did about 120 or 130 just myself. And that was only the booth. That was only the booth ones. It wasn't the ones that were out in the actual show floor. So you get real good.
How do you do that?
Over and over.
What?
Just a lot of.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, below is the answer. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing all that. So, aside from that, I get to see you in a small window every year, which is sad. We should remedy that. But let's talk about what life looks for you after you leave SHOT Show, because man, you do a lot of cool things. You get to do a lot of cool things.
Yeah, so we have SHOT Show, which is obviously just a little bit ago in January. Then upcoming, we have The Gathering, which is a Palmetto State Armory type show. That's in South Carolina at the Clinton House Plantation. Then we've got NRA show. And then we have a bunch of other ones sprinkled in. And then a lot of competitions. So Texas, Vegas, Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, Missouri. Just a lot of matches that just a lot of travel going back and forth. A lot of them in South Carolina. I hit up the Clinton House down there a lot. Then actually, your guys' first topic is what I do a lot with my kids. I got a 9 and a 12-year-old is preparedness. So we do a lot of stuff like that, just getting them to understand the difference of, wants and needs and how to start a fire and what do you really need to live off of. And I grew up on a 200-acre farm out here in Ohio, and we were actually just out there yesterday looking for antler sheds and stuff because it was like 65 degrees out. And
did you have any luck?
Cattle. Actually, of all things we found one of our longhorn cattle horns that had fallen off. And so my kid's like, he's like, what is this? I'm like, that's a cow horn. He's like, good enough. Put it in his bag. And,
man, you should have lied to him 100%. You should know that's a whitetail.
Unicorn.
Well, and I love that though, because I've got an 11-year-old boy, a 5-year-old girl, and a 2-year-old boy, and my little ones are not there yet. They don't necessarily want to be. Although my daughter, my 5-year-old girl, she helps with a lot of stuff. Like, she helped me build some stuff yesterday. She's a ton of fun. But she's also got a short attention span like her father. My 11-year-old though, like, he is a survivor. So getting out and doing the survival stuff with him, it's so cool because people don't realize yes, I'm trying to teach them to not die when the world collapses, but realistically, like, that's such a bonding experience.
No, it is. I mean, like yesterday, one thing that we always do when we go out looking for stuff in the woods is they get to put their guns on just to practice safety and everything like that. I was talking about the holster because we're not out there shooting right then. But, we walked around for about 2.5 hours looking for sheds and stuff. Went back to the deer feeder, check that. We do a bunch of stuff like that. We will practice like fire drills and things like that, how to build a fire, how to make one out in the middle of nowhere. And the kids love it. I mean, it's one of those things that, these parents are like, oh, my kids won't get off video games. Take them outside. Believe me, they will love that more than, and they'll remember it more than they'll ever remember their best game on a video game in their entire life. And it's awesome to see the kids do that. And like, if we were out there for 2.5, 3 hours, my kid didn't once say like, I wish I was back playing Fortnite or Call of Duty. He was like, this is great. Like, I found, this giant horn that, it's the abominable snowman outside or something.
Right.
Or unicorn, whatever he thought it was. But we do stuff like that. And he has 40 at our house. He has 40 chickens and 6 ducks that he raises and sells the eggs. And so,
that's killer.
It was one thing we wanted to teach the kids was a responsibility from a young age. So I'm like, if you want to make money, that's how you make money. You got to sell something someone wants.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Get my daughter to raise 12 chickens. She'll be 18 next year.
My dog killed me.
He's got 40 laying chickens right now, and he wants to do meat chickens this year, which we haven't really confirmed yet. And he did 6 ducks last year. So
has he killed a chicken yet?
He has. We've had to when they stopped laying, and the laying ones, for those who don't know, have no meat on them at all. So you're not really going to eat them. So he
Right.
said to put some of them down when they get too old and they stop laying. And it's
Okay.
always the tear-jerking moment, but as you know, it's the circle of life. Everything goes around.
Yeah. That's good. My son's a psycho. I think I told the story last week, but the first time I turkey hunted with my son and brought him back, and I was dressing the turkey, I was breasting it out, and he was young. He was 6 maybe, and he was there with me when I killed it. And so brought it back, and I asked him, I said, come hold the cavity open so I can kind of work here a little bit. And he did. We got done. He started crying. And I was like, Corbin, what's I get it, man. It's okay to be upset, right? Like, I'm big about that. Like, you want to cry, cry. Hell, I cry a lot of days. Life is hard. So, like, if you need to cry, cry. But what got me was, I was like, what is the problem? And he said, Dad, I'm just so sad there wasn't more blood. I was like, all right, well, you're a psycho, and we can't let you in public. So,
You'd be like, I'm gonna take the shiv now. That way, when you go to
right now, I'm scared to sleep at night. So I don't know what to do anymore. But no, it is. You're right. Sorry, Curtis. Go ahead. I can't. Y'all have a gate on y'all's. Y'all's keeps coming in and out. Hit me again, Curtis.
I said pull a Dexter. Teach him.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Yeah. But no, it is cool because even yesterday, and 2 things I have to say to that, and then we're going to move on. But number 1, it's okay for anybody watching and you have kids, you're like, man, I really want to do more outdoor stuff. It's okay for it not to be all like Bear Grylls. And so one of the things that was big for me, especially when I first started with Corbin, like we'd go set up a tent and we'd camp out. But then, come nightfall when we were kind of done, we'd go in the tent and I'd open up the laptop and let him watch Marvel while he went to sleep, like whatever Marvel movie. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to make it fun for the kids at times, and that's okay. Not everything has to be like, you're gonna die if you don't make this tent right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's not this like extreme craziness that we're after, but also it doesn't take much. Yesterday I was with Ava, my 5-year-old, and I have a shooting bench and it was time to replace a bunch of it, so I was pulling boards off and cutting new boards and all that, and I gave her a tape measure. And she had like this little tablet in the car that she kind of writes on, like a little scratch pad. And I just gave her the tape measure, and she went over to all the wood and was like measuring and writing things on the tablet. It meant nothing because she can't write. But like she had the time of her life for like an hour thinking she was designing an entire city. You know what I mean? So like it just doesn't have to be crazy or planned out or super survival or anything like that. It's just getting your kids out in nature. Adam, I'm glad to hear that's how you are, because we're big in this house that way as well.
Yeah, and I think the other thing you guys mentioned beforehand too is when you guys are talking about people say like they're coming to your house and stuff. I think we all hear that if you're in preparedness, but I think the other reality is what they say, like the average person has 3 days of food on hand or water, and I think that's the scary part. Like most of us would be like, 3 days, that's like, if I just need some stuff in a backpack.
Right.
But you see that's the reality. Most people do not have food in their house. They're not ready, and we've seen what they'll do for their own kids. They will do anything for their own kids. So
yeah, and I can sit. If you told me right now, Luke, there are you're gonna have 3 days where you can't act. There's nothing. I could live sitting in this seat for 3 days. There's a half a bottle of Jack. Y'all underestimate me, but no, like seriously, y'all got a whole cooler. We could live stream for those 3 days, and it would be the best 3 days of all of our lives. But no, I mean you're exactly right. It's the 3. There's a series out there, and I recommend everyone listen to it, read it, whatever you like to do. It's called Surviving Home or Getting Home. I don't know. There's a bunch. Surviving Home, I think, is the master title. Then there's like 12 books. And it goes over this guy that is from Florida that is heading to a job site hours away from his home. On the way, an EMP strike happens that no one knows what it is at the time. But this whole 12-book series is everything from that moment that he gets stranded on the side of the road with nothing working, having to walk back home, that journey home, the journey that happens after he gets home. And it's fictional, of course, because that hasn't happened here yet. But I think it's important to listen to because while it may not be perfect in every way, it really opens your eyes to a lot of different things that could potentially go bad in that scenario and things that you may not think about. Because people are going to go psycho very quickly.
Oh,
and
you're going to see like the people that you think are really, really good friends are going to show exactly how not good friends they are.
That's right. Well, and family too, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody goes into protective mode and survival mode. And that's the scariest thing to me is not when we have these like weird collapses or anything like the great phone outage of February 22nd or whatever that was when AT&T
that was terrible.
All right, ruined some people's lives. Dude, I will never get past the people. I wish I had that video for Say Something Nice Today, but I'll never get past the people yelling at AT&T like, "Give me my phone! I deserve it! I pay for it! I need it!" Like, what? Who raised you?
You're a real problem, Jack.
Who gave you a phone, you dick? And so, like, it's tough. But I'm not scared of those instances, those little mini episodes, but I am scared of when something big happens for more than a couple of days and everybody goes into survival mode. Because no matter who you are, no matter if you're a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, a white dude, a black dude, a Chinese, a Mexican, it doesn't matter what you are going into survival mode after 3 days of not having anything, period. Everything else goes out the window. There are no more labels. There's no more anything else. You are trying to feed yourself, you're trying to feed your family, and you're trying to survive. And that is when people do stupid things. That is why I stockpile ammo. Thank you so much, Patrick Collins, for being an ammo supplier for all of us that, save ammo.
I'll be calling you soon, Patrick.
Patrick's I love him. Okay, Adam, let's talk about competitive shooting. Let's transition into something a little more not scary for all the people that are scared. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a competitive shooting background. I don't even think I'm good enough for competitive shooting. Like, I'm a decent shot, but I've watched some of your videos. We're going to talk about one in a second. I confirmed with YouTube today that I can't show it on the live stream, so I'm going to have to reenact it. It's totally fine. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going to talk about what you did here. But how did you get started? Like, what led you to competitive shooting, and what is it that keeps you in competitive shooting?
Yeah, so originally what it was I had just gotten married. I mean, I grew up shooting on my farm and everything like that, but I got married. And
you were tired of spending your time at home with your wife.
Exactly. It was like 5
Okay.
minutes in,
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's like, "Oh, I gotta go." She's like, "It's a honeymoon."
There's a 3-gun match down the road, so I brought my stuff just in case.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I had gotten married, and you start to realize the world's not maybe as safe or as great as you thought it was, and then you start realizing you have other people depending on you. And I thought, I might as well try to get a little better with a pistol and a shotgun rifle, whatever. So I started with the USPSA, which is mostly pistol at the time. I was actually only pistol at the time. And I tried that, realized, I thought I was pretty good, realized I really, really wasn't that good. I was just good compared to maybe the guys that I hunted with and things like that. So,
okay.
Yeah, I got my world rocked the first time and then thought, you know what, I can do better than this. And that was probably 15 years ago or so. And just kept doing it, and then went into 3-gun, which is rifle, pistol, shotgun, and then have done a lot of AK matches since. AK matches are probably one of my favorite of all time.
Is that because you're Russian?
Russian spy? Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not. Yeah.
No, not me.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, now I'm out.
Right, now everyone knows. It's been good knowing you, Adam.
He is now out of the Russian closet.
Hold on, someone's knocking my door.
Yeah. All right, bye, Adam. It's good seeing you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, he's back.
Yeah, so I started doing that stuff, and slowly I started contacting with Hollow Sun. They were kind of new on the market. I bought one of their first optics from Primary Arms when they first started selling them, and started shooting for them. And a couple months later, like, "Hey, you want to go to SHOT Show?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And went to SHOT Show with them. Started working with IWI, a bunch of other companies, and it's been a great experience. I've gotten my kids into it. They shoot an AK match called AK Masters in South Carolina each year with me. And they absolutely love it. They're almost always they are always the youngest shooters at they were like 7 and 9, I think, when we started.
Okay.
And they like it. It's not maybe not their best favorite hobby in the world, but they love going out there and they have a lot of fun. And they started shooting. I think I got them into using their 22 pistols when they were 3 and 4 years old, give or take. And it was more because it was more because of everybody that would come over here when I was teaching different classes. Everyone's got guns, and when you've got maybe a belt that laying on the ground one day, you got a shotgun somewhere else, you're like, These kids should probably know not to be like, oh, hey, let's go play with that.
This is not a Nerf gun, right?
Yeah, this will do some damage. They've got to do all that. Jeremy from IWI, he's a great guy. He's let them shoot the full autos a couple times, and they get a kick out of that. And I'm a big fan of kids and firearms and safety and things of that nature. I think if we all did a little better job on that, we wouldn't have the problems we have today, which we've run into. Because how many of us were probably all raised where there's a shotgun or a pistol or a rifle by the back door, and
Right.
it was left there all the time, and it was like, hey, if there's groundhog, you go get it, whatever's next to the back door. And none of us went and shot up, anything ever. So doing that, and then it's kind of just evolved into a bunch of stuff and doing things with Holoston and IWI, and it's a great, it's not only a great experience for the person, it definitely keeps you in fit shape for the most part, because you try to be able to run and then shoot without collapsing from a heart attack. But you also meet the best people on earth. Just a Jeremy from IWI, Hector, Tom, the guys from Holoston. It's yourself, Luke, and your team. I mean, it's literally the best people that it's lifelong relationships and friendships. And other really weird videos that are supposed to be tasteful and deleted, but are kept on someone's phone. But yeah.
I promise I don't have
we call
one.
that leverage.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Well, on our show, I'm about to send something out.
If you weren't a Russian spy, we would end you. But you're a Russian spy, so So with competition shooting, you said you do 3-gun, you're doing AK. Those are the two big ones you're doing. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Which one's your favorite?
AK is my favorite by far.
Again, because you're a Russian spy.
Exactly.
So what is it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Shooting an AK is a ton of fun, but what is it about that's more fun for you than a 3-gun?
Yeah, so it's usually the people. Three guns of blast.
So you're saying, no, let me stop you. I just want to clarify what he said. He said if you shoot 3-gun, you suck, is what I heard. Adam, Michael, is that what you heard, Curtis?
That's literally what I heard.
Yeah, that was the translation. Yeah. No, I'm just...
It was the same thing.
Adam's just going to sign off in a second. He's like, okay, that's enough of this.
And I'm out.
No, go. I'm sorry. I interrupt people because I am who I am. Go ahead.
I'm changing my background now to your mom's.
Oh, perfect. This is. You know what? I need to come back to the last one real quick. I need to see it real quick. Make sure everyone sees it. Scoot to the side just a little bit. That's me in the background. Adam's the greatest guest. No, wait. Adam's the best guest ever. I just want to make sure that these quotes are true. You can go to the next one. We're going to call my mom in a second. We're going to see if she believes this. This is the best guest ever, Luke's mom. Perfect. We'll call her and put her on speakerphone in a second. Okay, now go ahead. Why is the AK competition better than 3-gun besides the people with 3-gun suck ass?
Yeah, it's a direct quote.
Yeah.
No, it's so AK matches always have almost like a split. So you have guys that dress up like in cosplay, and they're there like in full Russian attire. You got guys in the guy in a bearer suit. I mean, one that makes no sense at all.
Oh, that's fun.
And they'll shoot the whole match that way. It'd be 110 degrees out, and they'll shoot the whole match that way, which more stamina than I do apparently.
Right.
And then you've got guys who are there to compete and running gun and everything like that. 3-gun, you still have that, but you're never going to have cosplay at 3-gun. You just can't do it.
Right.
But it's that cool, different dynamic of when you're a first-time shooter, and like my kids went there and they see these guys running around, and somebody's got on like one girl like a Japanese anime dress on, something like that. And my kids are like, "What is going on here?" As they're just laughing hysterically. So
that's awesome. I need to come. Yeah. We need to come cover that. Adam, can we? This is my formal question. Can I come cover one of these events with you? Can I just show up with a camera and film this stuff?
And will you please dress up as the dinosaur, like the?
Oh my God! Yes, the blow-up dinosaur, Adam. Yeah. If you are any kind of shooter, if you are like I would say that if you don't do this, IWI and Holoston need to look at their contracts with you moving forward. If you don't dress up as a dinosaur, then I would say you should probably quit. Shooting life.
See, now I'm like, okay, so now I gotta get that stupid dinosaur suit, and I gotta wear it and shoot a stage with it.
I will buy it for you. No, that's on me.
How do you shoot with the little T-Rex arms? Like, I can't reach them.
I'm so mad.
I will if I will 100% shoot stage in that thing at the AK Masters this year. I would 100% shoot a match or stage.
Perfect. Perfect. That's perfect. We will pay for it, and we will
Yes.
sponsor you for that, if that's okay.
Yep.
That'll be a True Southern TV, Creekside Consulting joint sponsorship for you to wear a dino suit for whatever match you want to wear it for. And we're going to come and film it and make fun of you and heckle you the entire time, if that's cool.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. I love that. So, again, coming back to the fact that I have no experience whatsoever in competition shooting, what is the... Oh, my wife just sent me a text. I should read it. She said, so so you know where I'm putting everything in perspective. My set looks really nice. If you look the other way, it's a garbage fire of my garage. And then Curtis and Michael have seen it. And then if you go upstairs, there's that's our living space upstairs. So it's like a long ranch with a super huge basement. So my kids are napping up there somewhere. And my wife said, "Me strangling you on camera, good for views?" ? Because that's gonna happen if your screaming wakes up these kids. I'm gonna tell her it's Adam's fault. It's fine. So no big deal there.
Fault. Yeah. You want to hate crime on her?
Curtis, yes, yeah, resident black guy. It's his fault for sure. So what is it that you do to prepare for this? Obviously, shooting is one thing, but like shooting is just one thing, and we're going to talk about gun selection and that kind of stuff in a minute. But outside of just going out and getting range time, like how do you prep for something like a 3-gun or an AK, any competition, to be honest?
Yeah, so honestly, a lot of it's dry fire. I think we talked to most of the guys who do really, really well. Dry fire is a lot of it, so just practicing. And that's for two things. One, you can dry fire any time of day you want. And two is ammo costs money and it's expensive. So dry fire is a big part of it. And then honestly, another big part is just being in somewhat reasonable shape to be able to run and do those things. Because you have some matches that, I'm from Ohio. We don't really have long range necessarily. For us, 200 or 300 yards is honestly a long shot. When you go to some of the 3-gun matches and even some of the AK matches, 700 yards is not an unreasonable shot they're going to ask you to hit. 800 is at some of them, and they can go out further than that. So being able to do that, be able to have your data card, or be able to have your known drops and things of that nature is going to be a big deal. And then honestly, the biggest part is memory. And that probably sounds stupid, but some of these stages, you're going to have to remember where to reload. You have to remember when to reload. What do you do if you shoot one shot more than you thought? And a lot of that is just going to be a lot of practice and a lot of memorization. And you'll see a lot of guys, they'll be sitting there ready to shoot with their eyes closed and be sitting there going like this. And in their head, they're walking through the entire stage as they run. And they're like, okay, shoot, reload, go over here, shoot, reload, go down here, do this, that, and the other. And so memorization is a huge part of any competition at all, especially 3-gun though. When once you put a gun down, you move on to the next one. You're probably done with that past one, and if you miss a target, you miss a target. You can be out, a lot of points real quick.
I love that. That's crazy because it sounds like the CrossFit of gun world is what it sounds like.
It really does.
Yeah. And I mean, guys, and y'all can speak to this better than me. Look, you're both Marines, so you've both done stuff. I mean, I know that Curtis is just a pencil pusher, which is fine. No, but I know y'all both done some pretty what we consider cool stuff, out and about. And we had our warmest day in Tennessee for the first time of the year this past weekend, or a couple of days ago. It was about 70 something degrees. And so I went outside and started getting through my drills again. I can get through my drills a lot better when it's cold because I'm fat. But this was a warm day, and I wasn't doing anything exceptional. I was just doing 50-yard rifle transition to 20-yard pistol is all I was doing, using truck cover for this particular drill. And so it wasn't much, but I set myself up. There was a 20-yard sprint that happened on the front end. Dying was my best option, is what I realized that day. Is that that just should have been it. There's no battle. I should have dropped everything and just walked out and been like, take me, Lord. It's your time. And so there's a lot to be said about being mentally fit for what you have to remember and being physically fit for the obstacles you have to get through. When you talk about both you guys being Marines, Adam or Michael and Curtis, what y'all have PT every day, that kind of thing. Was there anything else that really that you found helpful for making sure that when those intense moments happened, you were ready for the physical demand that brought?
Don't look at me.
No, I honestly find your body and your mind, basically, you're either ready for it and you can handle it or you can't. So it basically takes over in your body. That's why half the time you sit there and you're doing a body check afterwards and you're making sure you're okay, because it's natural instinct. It's just who you are. That's one thing I have noticed, but I couldn't do that now. I'm old. Like, I was playing cornhole earlier and my shoulder hurts so bad I don't even want to move right now.
Oh no, are you okay?
I mean,
You need to get back in the gym there.
well, I mean, yeah, say whatever. I won it, so it's a win.
So what you're saying is you're continuing to keep the black man down, is what I heard you say.
Essentially.
Yeah, I like to put words in people's mouth.
I have a question. So, where in Ohio are you from?
So I'm in the northeast corner, about an hour east of Cleveland, about an hour from Pennsylvania as well. So it's frigid cold, a lot of lake effect. Same as you guys. I mean, to some degree, like you guys, I mean, it's just cold all the time, it seems like.
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes from Toledo, into Michigan.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you're not very far. Mm-mm.
I'm in Tennessee,
Yeah.
God's country, and so.
Well, the taxes are nice there. We'll see.
Well, that's true. And the host of True Southern TV, I've heard, is really kind. He's from here too. In fact, his mom seems to be really cool. You know what? Let's take a break for a second. Let's go ahead and make this phone call to my mom and see if this quote is actually true. Hang on. My mom's gonna be like, "What have you done?" And then she's gonna come back and watch it and hear me say bad words and be super disappointed in me. I don't have time to connect it to my device.
When I saw her last night, it was definitely true.
That is a brave statement as I'm making a phone call. I love that. Hey, Mom, are you there?
Yes.
You're on live YouTube television right now. Can y'all hear my mom? Say hi to everybody.
Yeah, we can hear.
Coming through.
Hey, Mom.
Okay, good.
You want me to say hi?
Yeah, so there's some people here. I've got some guests here. I need a simple question real quick, Mom, and I'm sorry to bother you today. I know you're busy, probably trying to still go around and apologize to all of your friends for all the damage I've done in everyone's life as a small child. But
You want me to tell the truth?
no, I mean yes. No, not let's.
Yes, we do.
I'm so glad you can't hear them, Mom. I'm so glad I didn't patch you through to my board. They don't want to hear anything. They said they're not interested. Mom, I need to know. I've got a guest on. His name is Adam Litke. He is a competitive shooter. He's a pretty decent looking guy. I'd say he's married, but pretty decent looking guy. Got a couple of kids. I like him a lot most days. But do you think that he is the best guest I've ever had? Just simple yes or no. Do you think Adam is the best guest I've ever had?
Yes.
Whoa, there we go. Okay, Mom, I just need you to repeat this for me. This is the best guest ever.
No, I will not repeat.
She said absolutely not. All right, so Adam, your quote is only halfway true. Mom, I know you're not watching this, and it's good because you'd only be disappointed in me as a human. But we are. Adam's got some green screen, and he's got a picture of me behind him and a quote saying, "This is the best guest ever." And then it says says Luke's mom. So we just want to make sure that is an accurate statement that he put behind him, because we don't accept lies on this channel.
I think it's probably an accurate statement if it came from him.
Okay, if it came from Adam, it's accurate, is what she said.
Well,
Perfect.
Andy's the only guest we've had.
And well, to be fair, Mom, he's also the only guest we've ever had on this channel. So the bar's not high.
Ah.
Yeah.
No.
Real low. Real low.
Still number one. Still number one.
Hey, still number one.
Yeah. All right, Mom. Thanks for taking the call. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm gonna get back to these dudes, and I will talk to you later. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, dear.
All right. Bye, love.
Jamie says, I think Luke's mom needs to be on the show more often.
Oh yeah, we need to have a segment called "Talking with Luke's Mom."
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Luke, your mom's calling me right now. Hold on a second.
Yeah. There it is. All right. Yeah, there. Okay. Adam for the win today. No, I do have something to show you. So after SHOT Show this year, not after SHOT Show, we were at SHOT Show, and we got a I gotta figure out how to import this real quick because this is good.
I'm not sure this is going to be good.
No, it's gonna be very good. We got a gift from Adam. I was walking through, minding.
I forgot.
Minding my own business, just doing my own thing, and I was in the Hollison booth, and so I feel kind of like a little slap in the corner, and I was like, what is happening? Who is bothering me right now? And sure enough, it was Adam. He had a gift for me, and I'm trying to get it imported. Sorry, I've never honestly imported just a picture into this deal. We're gonna add it as an overlay. Oh, this is gonna be even better. So anyway, so I'm walking through. Adam stops me, and he has this gift for me. And I was like, at first I was like, oh man, he's gonna have something cool for me, like a challenge coin, right? Like most humans would have, But Adam is not most humans. Adam is, like I said, what I consider a good friend. And so Adam came to the table and said, you know what, we've got to rethink our gift giving this year. And while challenge coins and patches may be cool, we can order something else that's going to have a much better effect. Can you guys still hear me? Because my Photoshop has gone absolutely dead. So I'm just going to have to share the screen, and that's just going to be what this is. So y'all going to get to see my whole world. That scares me to death. All right. Say, did we see what?
Adam is like CNN. You heard it here first.
You heard it? Yeah.
Fake
news.
news.
I can share just the window. Hang on. I got this. This is not my first time using technology.
CNN. He mostly tells the truth.
Mostly. Oh, here we go. All right, boys. This is where are we at here? Okay. This is the gift that Adam brought to me this year at SHOT Show. It's not the hat. I'm going to give you a tip. It is that little rainbow gummy down there that is the shape of Curtis has never seen one this small before, but this is that's a penis. And that is what we were brought for our gifts this year. I still have mine actually. It's sitting in my desk or in my office next to my computer. So a lot of people think I'm real weird, but I will say it's my favorite gift I've ever gotten at SHOT Show.
To be fair, that is a Hollow challenge coin. That is our challenge coin.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Let's talk about two companies I want to talk about real quick. Hollison and IWI. Those are your big sponsors. Is that still correct, or have they fired you in the past 30 minutes?
I'm just ignoring those calls right now, so I'm still employed as of today.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. What is your... I'm excited to see something. I stalked you on Instagram, which I don't do often unless I have a guest coming on. And I saw something that I liked, and it wasn't the rainbow penis. It was something else. Tell me about... Let's start with Hollison. What's your favorite Hollison product out right now?
Right now, it'll sound cliche, but it's definitely the thermal optic. And I say that for the mere fact that, thermal's just awesome to be able to do and take care of rodents and stuff. But outside the thermal, which is, obviously brand new, it's the AIMS and the SCRS, the two rifle optics. Those by far are my favorite hands down.
I love that. We're hoping to have some soon. We've been talking with your boy over at Hollison trying to get that worked out. And so hopefully we're going to have some reviews on some stuff hands-on. I saw you using the thermal with a rabbit out not long ago. Did you smoke the rabbit? I need to know. Or did you just let him live his life in peace?
The rabbit is allowed to live his life in peace. Squirrels, possums, and groundhogs and things like that, and raccoons, they may or may not be able to go back to their families after I see them.
Is it an Easter thing?
You gotta leave possums alone,
Leave
man.
the possum alone. They eat
y'all need to back down. No, don't start that shit with us. No, this is me and Adam versus the two of y'all. You're wrong.
They are absolutely hideous, but they eat ticks, and I'm not a huge fan.
They do. We don't eradicate all of them, but they will go in and try to get chickens occasionally and things like that. So
they will. They will also. They'll also hurt your horses and your cattle.
Yeah.
They'll also hurt your horses and cattle. And so that's the reason we eradicate them, because we grew up with horses. So, we see a possum, we're taking it out. Period in the story. Have you ever shot an armadillo?
Yes. With an AK.
No.
Okay, so shooting an armadillo is one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I know this is going to sound gruesome, but it is what it is. But we used to live in the downtown area of our little town, like on Main Street kind of thing. So like we had a pretty big backyard and like a really cool 100-year-old cabin. Like it was a cool spot where we lived, but we were still like on Main Street. But in the backyard, we'd have all kinds of animals, considering we were downtown, like deer and, rabbits, possums. We'd have turkey from time to time. Like we'd have all kinds of stuff. And so then we had this big armadillo infestation because Texas can't keep they can't close the borders. See what I did there? No, but I'm just kidding. It's not Texas's fault. We are pro-Texas here. 100%. Yep. I'll drink to that. So pro-Texas, but the armadillos started coming here. So one was out on my back patio, and I had this huge concrete back patio. And so I was like, I'm going to waste this dude. Now, in the city, I like to break rules. Out of the city, I also like to break rules. It's just one of my favorite things to do as a human. And so I would set up little like shooting courses in my backyard in the middle of the city and shoot. And so it was no big thing for me to go out and waste like a dozen squirrels during a day. And my son at the time was like 4. He'd run outside in his underwear and grab all the squirrels and come running back with like blood on his face. The neighbors were scared to death of us. And so he was
way more it makes way more sense.
He's like,
the story you told us.
Listen, he was feral. And so one day we had this armadillo on this big concrete patio. So I was like, I'm gonna smoke this dude real quick. I grabbed my 22. I was like, we're not gonna wake up all the neighbors, and I smoked this dude, shoot him missed his head, but went right past him, right underneath the shell. I don't know if this happened to you guys, Michael or Curtis, when you've shot him, but when I shot this dude, he turned into a circus freak. He immediately flipped on his back, and I don't know how he did it because I don't understand. I don't understand those animals. They looked like little armored. They look like Humvee of the animal world, right? And so I don't know how their shell works. This dude laid on his back and then would pop up in the air like 10 foot and over would pop up in the air and pop up in the air. And there is blood going everywhere. My wife is not a fan of blood or dead animals or those kinds of things. But you have to walk out of the back door to get to the car. So now my wife walks out and it looks like I have murdered the entire Russian army. Right on my back step. There's blood everywhere. There is just still this weird freaking armadillo bouncing up 10 foot in the air. I don't even know how that's possible with their shell, but I'm not kidding at all. Like he was jumping up in the air so far I could have walked underneath him. Did that happen to y'all?
No, they don't bounce so much when you hit them with a 7.62. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, yeah, just blew the shell off of them.
Yeah, they don't move a whole lot. They just sit there and nosedive.
It was weird. Okay, back to Hollison. Sorry, as you can tell, we're a little ADD on this channel. It's because they drink heavily and I have to babysit. So the armadillos are bad people. We're gonna shoot those. But the rabbits, you didn't take the rabbit. I don't understand why, because there's not much better than like my 2 favorite things from small wild game are rabbit and squirrel stew.
Well, mostly I will say it was probably about 20 degrees out. And it was probably 11 o'clock at night, so I had zero interest in gutting anything at that time of night.
Okay, no, that wins. Yeah, no, I get that completely.
It was it was past my bedtime at that point anyway, so.
Right.
It's a bad time to shoot them anyways. Don't they still have, like, they carry, like, worms right now, too?
They can. I mean, besides the neighbor, had they turned the lights on, I've seen a guy in his underwear with a thermal optic shooting something, bring a blood-covered squirrel.
Next time, please take a picture.
Your neighbor would be just like Luke's.
This is gonna be me and Adam are gonna do me and Adam are coming soon to our subscribers a new video. It's Adam and Luke hunting in their underwear. You're gonna love it. I will 100% do that. But no, I think that's a fair thing. There's been many times. Oh, Michael and Curtis are gone. They had enough. While they're gone and trying to fix whatever technical issues they're having, I can still hear them. I just can't see them. I'm going to guess the camera went dead. While they're working on all that, tell me about IWI. What's your favorite IWI firearm right now?
Yeah, so IWI, mostly hands down, it's the Galil, so it's their version of an AK.
Right.
It is the upgrade or more ergonomic version of an AK. But you also have the Tavor / X95 line, which is the bullpups, and those are by far some of my favorite ones. That's kind of what I cut my teeth on doing stuff with them. And the new Carmel is definitely taking people by storm. It's for lack of better words, kind of almost like the Bushmaster ACR, the old school like that, foldable, collapsible stock. Just an all-around fantastic rifle. So it's hard to choose. They've got a lot of really, really cool stuff, and Jeremy and the crew over there are doing a fantastic job launching really, really cool new stuff at a great price point.
I love it. So one of the things that excited me when I was talking to you is your EDC is an IWI. Which IWI is that? Tell me about it.
Yes, that's the IWI Masada. That's their version of a semi-automatic pistol. It's mostly polymer with a metal slide. And it's a fantastic little gun, and the price point is absolutely killer. You get those for around $300 to $400 almost every day. The new ones, the tactical versions, have a threaded barrel with suppressor height sights for the same price. Which who doesn't want to throw a suppressor on something? It's always something cool to do.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's a great little pistol.
The reason it excited me is because I feel like I am on a bandwagon that not a lot of people are on. And I'm not just saying this because you're here and they're your sponsor. I'm saying this because it's absolutely true. I think the IWI Masada is hands down one of the best handguns I've ever shot. Period.
We literally talked about that during SHOT Show.
We did talk about it during SHOT Show. It is, I feel like their angle of grip is perfect. For me. Now, look, not every gun is for everybody. We know that. We all preach that, especially when we train and everything else, right? But for me specifically, the IWI is my best shooting gun. It's my best feeling gun when I shoot. It's just, and it's, honestly, I've taken it out and trained with it a lot. We can't carry it at the department because, obviously, we have to carry what everyone else is carrying, and I believe in that 100%. But, and it's not my EDC, and there's a reason for that we can talk about. But it is one of my most pulled guns for my safe when I'm going out to free train or to do different things. If the world ever did hit a SHTF situation, it would probably be what I would grab pretty quick. I love my Masada, and I think people don't give it enough credit for what it is. And I know a lot of that's because there's so many louder manufacturers in the industry in that particular niche, right? You've got Glock, Smith & Wesson, you've got all these different companies, those two being the biggest ones that are the loudest, with the most followers, with the most everything. And so I feel like, people just gravitate towards that. And they don't hear IWI and think, oh, they're a EDC company, right? You think IWI and you're like, oh, they're creating some badass stuff. That's what people think of. At least that's what I think of when I think of IWI. It's like these dudes are like making some really cool, big stuff, fun stuff. It's kind of like Keltec, and I love Keltec, but it's the same kind of idea of like they have a niche, and I feel like EDC was never the niche of IWI. Obviously, rifles was, and so for them to hit gold on a EDC type pistol, for me was just a big win. Like I bought it. I shot it last, I don't know, whenever that was, 4 years ago at SHOT Show, whenever they released, I can't remember. I went out and shot it at range day, and I had my store call me the morning that it came in stock, and I went and purchased my own. Like, I didn't even ask for a T&E, anything. I knew I wanted my own in my safe, period, because it was such a good gun. So I was pretty excited to see that. I think IWI does great work. I'm a big IWI. I've got a couple of different rifles back here in the safe from them. But that Masada is an absolute bear, in my opinion. So, guys, go ahead.
And if you get a chance, try the Masada Slim. I don't know how, but the trigger in the Slim pistol is actually better than the full size. They have a flat trigger in there. And it is, for a carry gun, the smaller size being a carry gun, it is one of the best triggers I've ever shot, which blew my mind because it was, the Masada is a good trigger for a duty gun, but the Masada Slim is just it's a phenomenal trigger, unbelievable.
Okay, and I'm assuming and I haven't looked at the Slim at all, but I'm assuming comparing the Slim to the full-size Masada would be like looking at the 43X next to like a 19. Is that a fair comparison? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Single stack? It's
like 1.5 stack, so I think it's stack
and a half.
Yeah, it's like 13 or I think it's 15 rounds, that magazine.
Okay,
Top of my
so
head.
it's like it's like running the secondary, the special mags for the 43X.
The
Shield
short
arms.
one?
Yeah, yeah. So that said, Adam, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you got to hang out with us. I'm glad that we've got to talk about your sponsors for a second so that maybe they won't fire you. But now we're going to move back into a segment where we give you an opportunity to possibly be fired again. It's one of my favorites. Before we get into that, I do want to real quick remind everyone, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Do all the stuff that you're supposed to do. Y'all know what to do. If you're on Facebook, hit like. We are streaming on Facebook for the first time today. We've had 2 viewers there. They love it, they say. It wasn't my mom, but it was somebody else. Adam, this is a game called I gotta get rid of the penis up here. Okay, perfect. This is a
the gummy one he gave you.
yeah, that penis is the one I'm talking about. Yeah. This is a game called
Eat that, and it's got CBD in it, so you're just be sitting there like this.
He's really been sucking on the original one since I gave it to him. Put it back. Live it every day.
It was so good being here. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, we are totally getting kicked off.
Yeah.
We are done.
All right, so we're gonna play a game with our Russian spy friend called "Say Something Nice." Adam, the rules of this game are very simple and very fun. It is simply I'm going to play a video, and you have to just say something nice. That's all. Very simple, right? You're a pretty nice guy, right?
Yeah,
You think?
I think
okay,
so.
cool. Great. I can't wait then. Here we go. Say something nice. Video 1. I want to say thanks to Whit Noble, one of my good friends on the team. He went and pulled all these for us. Whit
Thanks,
Whit also sent me the penis picture because I didn't have mine nearby. So thank you, Whit. We often send each other penis pictures. Okay, here we go. Video number 1. Say something nice. We will let since Adam's the guest, we'll let him go first today, and then we'll let Curtis and Michael battle it out from their end. Here we go.
Oh, you can really dance. Wow, you can really dance.
All right, I'm starting simple for you guys. Adam, you have to say something nice about this guy.
I bet he's got a great personality.
Okay, so you went straight to the "it's not you, it's me" type of response. I love that. Okay, Curtis and Michael, what you got?
Something nice. Dancing without moving your feet.
Hey, you know what? That's I bet you can't do that as a black person. I've seen y'all dance. Y'all move everything. It's amazing. I wish I could dance like a black dude. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Michael. Say something nice.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I got that Snapchat. She's very nice, and he was in the cuckold video we made.
Leave it to Michael to go all the way to right field. All right. So that was number 1. I'm gonna give that win to Curtis because he's black and I'm scared of him. Okay, number 2. Number 2.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay, say something nice there, Adam.
He felt really well.
He what?
He fell really well.
He fell really. That was a great fall. Michael and Curtis, y'all's video's gone, but I think I can still hear you.
Yeah, we're still here.
Sweet. Curtis looks the same. Go ahead, Curtis.
Goodness gracious. He took out the trash appropriately.
Curtis is the smartest guy we have on the show. He's always going to win this. Go ahead, Michael. What did you get to see it before your feed dropped?
No, I didn't.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay.
Say something nice. I'm going to tell you while you're thinking about it. The one thing that got me on that is not that he even fell. It was his friend's reaction in the background. There was no checking on that dude. That was my favorite part of that video.
My comment was going to be, man, he has awesome friends.
You know what, Michael? I'm gonna give you the win for that. It's 0 to 1 right now. Adam, you are in last place, but life's hard. All right, here we go. You don't get a participation trophy here either. Last one, number 3. Ooh, all right, Adam.
I just can't see.
Just piercing eyes and really great hair.
Adam loves the hair. Curtis.
He took my comment. I was going to say those cumbrellas. He's wearing them well.
The fact that you called them exactly by what they are is perfect. Go ahead, Michael.
I didn't realize they videotaped your senior pictures.
No, and there it is. All right, it's Curtis's senior pictures. Michael takes the win today, 2 to 1 to 0. Adam, sorry. It's hard to beat these guys. That's fine. I'm good with it. It's okay. I'll make the rules here, and I change them as I want. So today, Michael wins. Last week, Curtis won. Adam, better luck next time. It's okay. There's a reason I don't play this game, because I know I can't beat the two of them when they're sitting next to each other when they've been drinking. So,
hey, and anytime you want to come up and shoot, you're not very far away. We got long ranges out here.
That's exactly right.
I like that.
I love it. Adam, dude, truly, I appreciate it. We've gone past our time limit by about 11 minutes, and so I want to respect everyone's time and say thank you so much for coming to hang out with us today. I've been excited about this. I told Whit as soon as we decided that we were moving forward. We were talking, and I was like, man, I gotta have Adam. Like, he's just a ton of fun. He's always enjoyable to be around. He's a great shooter. Oh, before we go, just reminded me, we have something to address, Adam. I watched a video that I can't play because YouTube says I can't, or they will kick us off for the next 4 days or so. It is you at a shooting match. It's an AK shooting match. You are transitioning around this course doing shooting things. You're shooting inanimate objects. And the very last target that you have to shoot is a silhouette that is far right side. And I'm guessing it's just a single shot on that silhouette. Otherwise, you lost this match. And so you make a couple of shots, you run right, and you have to shoot that silhouette. And I'm assuming it's timed. But you do a neat little movement to make your shot. It was very Disney princessy.
I watched that.
I love this. I love this. This is what happened. I'm going to have to stand on my chair to show you. So I'm going to take off my headphones for a second. Here's a reenaction of Adam shooting at the AK tournament. I think it was an AK. It could have been 3-gun, but I think it was an AK tournament. And he's got a gun that we can't show on YouTube. And so he runs up, and he jumps up, and as this last shot has to be taken, he comes up, he stands all the way up, and he kicks this leg all the way up to take his shot. It is this movement right here. Dee!
All you've told me is I have style. I already know that.
You know exactly. Is that did you train for? I need to know if you trained for that, because when you took that shot, your leg came up like you were an ice skater, and I was like, man, that dude is nimble.
Listen, you don't win by just being the fastest. You gotta look the best and be the fastest, right?
Which is why you'll be. Which is why you're going to be in a dino suit, yeah.
And that was a patented move, so my lawyers will be talking to yours in no time. So,
I will now, any video I do, I will now do the Adam move where I lift my leg up when I shoot my last target. It was impressive. I'm going to be honest, I watched it, I was like, what the hell just happened? Adam just like ice skated moved out there. Anyways, Adam, all joking aside, dude, thank you for everything, for coming and hanging out. Thank you for always making our SHOT Show better. I appreciate your sponsors for sponsoring you so that we can talk about them. I'm a huge fan of both of them, Holliston and IWI, and so thank you for that. I feel like Michael and Curtis have something to say to the class.
No, I'm just...
Oh yeah, I think he's had too much to drink. I think
Curtis is a little drunk. Yeah,
just reading Freedom Beard's
Freedom and Beard's comment. Yeah, it said Adam Chaz Michaels is. Woo, that's a lot to read. Chaz Michaels is figure skating. I think Whew, okay,
I'm
you know what
literally
we're
gonna make
gonna.
a video now of like when I throw the last cornhole bag for a 4-bagger, I'm gonna just kick that leg out. I'm gonna
Please
tag
do. I do every day. I live to be like Adam, so I'll do anything that I can. Adam, in all seriousness, hopefully we can do some videos together soon. I'd love to get together and do some fun stuff. If nothing else, come out and cover one of your matches. I think would be a lot of fun. And thanks for coming in and hanging out with the two of them today. I'm sorry for everything they said, but you know, it's just they are who they are, and so I
I
can't
think
help.
Adam might have said worse, but you know, it's okay.
I think Adam may like us more than he likes you now.
Yeah,
You know,
Adam,
all
do
I know
you?
is Luke's mom and I have a great time. You guys are okay, so just leave it at that.
You know what? I was going to ask if he needed to do any more sponsor shout-outs before he left, but I think he's just done it. It seems like my mom, IWI, and Hollison are the only 3 big sponsors he has.
That's it.
The funny part is he hasn't turned around because he has a mural of your mom on his back.
Well, Adam, good luck with her. I love her, but she's a handful. So
You're telling me.
everybody, thank you for coming to True Southern TV today to watch the Sunday afternoon special. Seriously, we love you guys. We appreciate you all. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit subscribe and all the things, like, comment, notify. We will not be back in 2 weeks because it's Easter and Adam's scared of shooting bunnies. So we are going to wait until the week after.
Well,
we have some
we're
great...
Aren't you gonna be at the dinner with your mom? We'll see each other.
Yeah, well, yeah, that, yeah. We do have some really cool guests coming up, and if I can get my phone to open, I'll tell you about them because Jamie has sent them to me. Jamie. I know we have coming up within the next couple of weeks, we have Pew Pew Jew, which is going to be a ton of fun. I don't know if any of you have ever got to hang out with them. I haven't, but I have several mutual friends that talk about what a good dude he is, and so I'm pretty excited to have him come and talk about everything in his life. We also, our next show, I believe, I'm still waiting on Jamie's confirmation, but I know either way she's in. Apparently, I can't find Jamie. Jamie. I've got 2 Jamies in here.
I thought the hearts were appropriate to go.
There we go. Laura, I'm never going to say this right. Y'all want to see me screw up an episode, make sure you come back in 3 weeks, assuming she's our guest, if she's available. But Laura Debenedito. She is the CEO of Sovereign Arms, or Sovereign Ammo, I think is what it is. I don't want to call it wrong. I'm sorry, Laura, if I messed that up. But she's going to be coming and join us. She's also a speaker. She's a TEDx speaker. She's a coach, best-selling author. So she's a lot of fun. We've also got one of my good buddies, Adam Smith, come in within the next couple of weeks, who I'm really excited to have on the show. Way more excited than this Adam dude. I think all in all, we've just got some really great people.
So are we going to do a live show from here on the 5th when you're here?
That is the plan. So on the 5th, I'm going to be up there at your facility for training. So on the 5th, I plan on doing a live show from there. So I hope y'all are all ready for live from Michael and Curtis's compound, their special compound. And are y'all a couple? The internet wants to know if the two of you are a couple.
Off, that is my hetero life mate. Right?
Okay.
Life mate. He is the one that has to take care of my bad decisions.
Oh man, can you share them with me? Because I need one of those. I have my wife, but she just loves me less every time she has to do that.
I mean, I'll share him.
Oh, thank you. If I could have you sharing him with me to keep me out of bad decisions, and as long as Adam can keep sending me gummy penises, I think life is good. So I think it's fair.
It's just a circle. It's a good circle.
There is a circle. All right, we can't stop it. We can't go any further. The internet gods say no more. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Adam, make sure you tell my mom ha. Michael and Curtis, I'll see y'all next week. I love all of you. Thanks for being here. And, make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. And we'll see you in 3 weeks. Bye, guys.
All right. Later.
Bye.